Sorry about the noise in the background over here. Hopefully you can't hear it. But Silksong came out 4 days ago, which honestly is still insane. And a number of my friends have been playing it nonstop because they love this game. So I figured, yeah, I should talk about it. Uh, Silksong is the sequel to Hollow Knight, which is a very popular indie game that came out in 2017. It's a platformer. Uh, I guess you could say roguelike. Not really, though. But this year, during the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, they came out and said that Silksong was releasing this year on the Switch 2, on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox, which is quite crazy because development has, for the past 7 years, not really talked about Silksong. They had some clips and stuff from the video game itself as development was happening, but they never really talked about what was going on with the game. And people were left speculating for so many years until a few weeks ago when Team Sherry was like, hey, guess what? We're releasing Hollow Knight Silksong on the 4th. And people just said, what? What do you mean? And they were like, yeah, we're ready. We're going to go. We got this. And the entire gaming community was shocked. Like, absolutely shocked. People were anticipating this game for so long. It was the only thing people talked about for days until the actual release of Hollow Knight, which, in fact, did crash every single online store selling Silksong. You could not buy it. You could buy it, but you couldn't play the game that day because so many transactions were happening at that time, which honestly is crazy to me. Because I remember I didn't actually buy Silksong because I've never played Hollow Knight or Silksong, but I've heard it's a great game. And if you're in these types of like platformer games, I've heard if you like Metroid Prime or other games like that you will like this game. So go check it out. I wasn't really thinking about buying Silksong because I've never played it. I don't know if I like it. But the world building and the community has amassed a large following over the years. And when September 4th came around, I was playing some games on Steam, and I think I bought a DLC or something. Something happened where I was on Steam and I was opening up a game, or I was re-downloading a game. I think an update for like Dead by Daylight or something like that. Anyway, I go to my like downloads and it's impossibly high wait time on the download. I was like, 2 days? What's going on? And then I started looking around and I saw that solely because of Silksong's release, the Steam store, Nintendo, PlayStation, and Microsoft all crashed. All of them. They all crashed. Not just one, all of them. Literally every single place you could get it crashed. And that was crazy. But that's not the craziest thing about this game. See, Hollow Knight, I believe, if I am remembering correctly, it didn't have a lot of like peak concurrent players, but it did have a lot of long time players, and people would play the game over and over and over. But it is a massively popular game, but it never had the like 100,000 concurrent players, if I'm right. Here we go. Okay, so the all-time peak is the all-time peak for Silksong specifically. Actually, not Silksong. The all-time peak for Hollow Knight was 95,000 players. And right now it's 65,000 players because of the game of Silksong coming out. Which that's a lot of people. It's a very big amount of people. As for an indie game, that is an insane amount of people. What's even crazier is when they released the game, the second day it was out, it reached 587,000 peak all-time players at the same time. Right now, 300,000 people are playing this game. This is insane. Even Deltarune, which had, I think, an even more like receptive community to the update that they got in chapter 3 and 4, only peaked at 133,000 players. That blows my mind. And look at this. It's number 3 in the top sellers, number 4 in daily active users, number 1 in the wish list category of Steam in the world. There are 2.5 million people who own Silksong now. There have been 300,000 people watching Silksong. Different people, different live streamers. And for example, Deltarune had only 148, and they only have 117 copies. That's insane to me, because I love Deltarune, a great game, but it is not as massively followed as Hollow Knight. Now, there has been some controversy surrounding Silksong. Silksong should have been out years ago. And Team Cherry made a statement the other day about how the development was going for Silksong, and I'll play that clip for you.
When I spoke to Team Cherry, they were like, yeah, it took 7 years because we were just having so much fun, and like...
Wait, that's the reason?
It's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons.
They were having too much fun?
They like have discovered this development methodology where they just have so much fun creating things that like they were just like, all right, I mean, I guess it's done, but like we're just having so much fun making this thing.
Now, to be fair, this is taking out of some context, but if this is what is being said, the development team, the development for the game took 2 years. And then they prolonged it for 5 more years because they were having so much fun. And that's great. Having passion in a project that you can confidently put out and say, we are done, this is a great game. That's good. But leaving your fans on hold for 7 years because you were having too much fun and lying to them about development issues kind of raises some red flags. And this has kind of sparked a discourse in this community, as well as people are seeing that Silksong is a lot harder than Hollow Knight. But from the clips and commentators that I've watched about this topic, they all seem to agree that the people who have been playing Hollow Knight since it came out, everybody who has played this game over and over and over, desperately trying to have some new content. Once you're playing a brand new game that comes out 4 days ago, you're not going to have the same level of success as you did playing Hollow Knight because it's a new game. You're learning your mechanics. You're learning the best ways to fight each boss. You're learning the boss patterns. And people are upset that they're not having an easy time in Hollow Knight. Or an easy time as they did in Hollow Knight. Silksong is a different game, and I think people are not seeing that. This, honestly, looks like a fun game. I wish I played Hollow Knight sooner, and I might do a Hollow Knight stream or playthrough or something, and play Silksong, because this game looks like so much fun. If you want to see that, let me know. That's all I have to say for today.